all with the intent of helping drive profitability. And then on our third key result that we care a lot about, which is loss ratio, the claims team, which they go by Wu-Tang Claims for those that are newer, ridiculous name, I know, but they want to complete the claims backlog this coming quarter. So we do have a little bit of inventory to get through, and we've made tremendous progress. In fact, that should have even been included, but we had our own dedicated claims highlight here at All Hands a couple weeks ago. But yeah, we aim to be done with that as well, be fully caught up on claims and only servicing new claims. So that is the business update as a whole. These are all the things that we care about. Top line production up and to the right, member retention heading in the right direction, system conversions looking good, loss ratios looking good. It's not always going to look good, by the way. Progress is not always linear, but occasionally things lock into place and you do make a good amount of progress. It's similar to, I don't know, say working out. You can make progress for a long time, you plateau, you come down, and then you come up. So I do believe that progress, when you zoom out, looks much like that. You improve, you plateau, you take a step back, then you take a step forward. And so as a result of taking that step back in Q4 and retooling and going through all those pains, we're now in a quarter or two or maybe three stretch where we can see some of that growth before we plateau again, because there might be other challenges we have to work through. We come down and go up. So yeah, that's the outlook. And as we mentioned at the top of the year, we're committed to doing these not only monthly. We do these monthly, but then we also are doing them quarterly so that you guys have the zoomed out view as well. And that about does it for our business notes. Let me kick the screen share off real quick so that.
Thanks, Juge. Do you mind if we do a CEO update as well?
Yeah, sure. Let me just touch on this, I think April, or is this for April or you, Carrie?
I think it's just a note, maybe April put it in here, that next week we are doing the quarterly town hall, which we've touched on. Q&A, we are going to be taking questions, but we're going to take them ahead of time. So I believe April will be sending out a form asking for your questions. Hopefully the information we presented today is helpful to inform some of those questions. Rose had some about specific initiatives. Nothing is off the table, so please do contribute your questions, concerns, curiosities, personal questions, whatever you have on top of your mind, we want to know so that we can come prepared to that meeting to make sure you're fully informed with the information you need to do your best. The town hall is supposed to be April 16th, so it's essentially next All Hands. We're just going to take the whole town hall, take the whole time as a town hall. The last thing on my mind is CEO updates. Are you good to go? Okay, just some closing notes. So we use this paradigm called in the meeting and above the meeting, right? It's like, are you in the weeds of the actual activity of the meeting, or are you kind of in the audience in the balcony looking down on the meeting? So I want to talk about just being above this meeting at our All Hands, and talk about how it feels like we are actively putting a lot of effort into getting more organized and disciplined around our plan. And I think this helps us actually enter a more sustainable place as a business. We're no longer trying to just do crisis response and run around like putting out every fire. And there were a lot of fires over Q3, Q4 into Q1 of this year. We're trying to kind of get ahead of ourselves so that we don't have to kind of constantly be chasing our tails. And I think a number of things, as John touched on, are kind of coming to a close, right? Bringing everyone off of the old platform from Silvervine. Definitely going to help with things like our call issues, right? Where people are calling in and complaining about the old platform. The faster we can get them off, the better our customer experience is going to be, the better the quality of life of our care team is going to be of taking those calls. The other thing was claims, right? Bringing the claims backlog completely in our control, and eventually all claims handling within our control. We're entering a more sustainable place just as a function of some things winding down and us as a team getting more organized. And I think what that means now, I mean, as a startup company, it'd be great to be just, kick our feet back, put our heads back. Great, we're in a sustainable place. But, as a venture-backed startup company, it's important that we stay on offense. And offense for us into Q2, as John mentioned, is really going to be building on the technology platform that we've already developed to refine it to be better for our teams. So things like automated renewals, going to reduce the amount of manual touch points that we have for our care agents and for our sales agents, but also better for our customers. So things like refined rates, being able to self-service. And then lastly, I would say actually helping find more of our customers. So doing things like comp raters, doing things like adding back captive agents and making sure that those that need to know about us, those that could become Loop customers, find us more easily. And I know it's felt like we've been underwater, sort of dipping below water and just trying to catch our breath a bit. But I do feel as though we are having a turning point here and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that both with the activities that are planned and the effort to continue planning on a go forward, we get into a sustainable place, we get into a productive place, and we seize those opportunities to go on offense instead of, again, kind of chasing down fires and dealing with bad platforms or bad experiences and apologizing all of the time. Now's the time that we go back to our mission and serving 100 million working class people, right? Now's the time that we turn that corner and we say, okay, we have the team, we have the technology, we have no excuse but to go serve. So that's my thoughts for today. Thank you guys for your effort. I know we do thank yous, but it's never enough. So I really appreciate, we see you Melkies on Saturday evening, picking up where things might drop, and just appreciate that above and beyond effort. So thank you guys. John?
Alrighty, that does it. All right, cheers. Thanks, team. See you all for the next All Hands, and see you around the side. Cheers.